we are culminating the biggest exercise in the history of humankind, and general election in the most populous democracy on earth is about to conclude in a few hours. In 3 days, we will know the results. This evening, starting from our telecast at 5 o'clock, you will have an indication of the exit polls, not only the election results that we are doing with our agency exit polls, but also every single number out there. So everything that is being gesticulated, that is being considered, that is being thought, that is simply being guessed, is going to be a point of conversation. But here is a point of no guessing of what the voter turnout figures are. They've been a point of conversation this entire election cycle. It's been lower than 2019, but who, which supporter, which voter is not showing up at the polling booth? Let's find out what the figures are this morning. Pia, my colleague, is standing by before I go to reporters. Pia, over to you.
Indeed, early trends are trickling in for 9 a.m. in Patliputra in Bihar. The statistic stands at 12.39%. In Karakat at 11.75%. In Dumka in Jharkhand, the number stands at 12.31%. Following which in Goda, it stands at 11.46%. So people are coming out to cast their votes. In Kendarappa, it stands at 7.27%. This morning. In Balasore in Odisha, 7.46% of the electorate has cast its mandate. In Chandigarh, 11.64% of the people have inked their finger this morning. In Varanasi, 12.66% of the people have come out to cast their votes. In Deoria in Uttar Pradesh, 13.74% is the voter turnout recorded till 9 o'clock. In Kushinagar, the number stands at 13.50. More numbers trickling in Gorakhpur, 12.99% is the voter turnout recorded till 9 a.m. In Gosi, it stands at 10.32%. In Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh, 14.93% is the statistic recorded till 9 o'clock. In Basirhat, the trend goes up to 15.66%. West Bengal has seen a greater amount of voter turnout over the last few phases. In Dum, it stands at 10.86% this morning. In Diamond Harbour, the number stands at 14.16%. Of course, people trickling out to cast their mandate in Mandi in Himachal Pradesh, which is seeing a very highly contested battle. 13.81% of the people have come out to ink their fingers. In Hamirpur, the voter turnout stands at 14.67% this morning. In Gurdaspur in Punjab, 8.81% of the people have come out to cast their mandate. In Amritsar, the number dips further to 7.22%. These are, of course, early trends till 9 a.m. this morning. Back to you, Rishabh.
Thank you. Let's hop across on the ground where Shakti, my colleague, is standing by in Patna. Sahib, Akshit is in Varanasi. Akshit, first across to you. What are people on the ground saying this morning? Can we hear him?
Stations perhaps, and you can see how people are all queued up to cast their ballot. We'll just try to talk to them as to what they are keeping in mind while casting their ballot. Sir, क्या कुछ दिमाग में है जब वोट डालने जाएंगे?
This last year development and mainly focus on the last year development and all the key factors.
Key factors like what?
Like development, like city development. PM is the region of a PM, so PM develop whatever the PM has did for this particular constituency.
Okay, for Varanasi.
Varanasi constituency. These are all.
सर आप भी बताइए क्या कुछ मुद्दे हैं दिमाग में रखेंगे जो वोट डालते हैं?
सर जिसने राम को लाया, जिसने 370 हटाया है, जिसने इंडिया को डेवलप किया, उसके नाम पर दिया जाएगा वोट।
सर वाराणसी के विकास को किस तरीके से देखते हैं?
विकास के नाम पे वोट जा रहा है।
विकास के नाम पे?
विकास के नाम
पे। क्या बेरोजगारी और महंगाई भी मुद्दा रहने वाला है?
कुछ ना
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
कुछ नहीं।
सर आप भी बताइए किस तरीके से देखते हैं वाराणसी को और पूरे चुनाव को जब आप वोट डालने जाएंगे?
विकास के नाम पर वोट दिया जा रहा है, विकास कर रहे हैं।
सर आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
विकास और इसी
आप युवा हैं, क्या चाहते हैं सरकार से आगे किस तरीके से काम करें?
जैसा काम चल रहा है बहुत बढ़िया चल रहा है और आगे और भी अच्छा चलेगा।
और भी अच्छा चलेगा। सर कुछ कहेंगे?
बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है। हाँ, तब से अच्छा चल रहा है।
वाराणसी के विकास को किस तरह से देखते हैं?
बहुत अच्छे की नजर दिख रहा है, अच्छा हो रहा है, अच्छा दिख रहा है। अच्छा तब लोग अच्छे।
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और डेवलपमेंट सब कुछ होता है और जीडीपी वगैरह भी अच्छे से बढ़ती है, इसलिए वही।
As Rishabh, I was earlier pointing out that development has actually taken center stage in Varanasi.
Okay,
and
all right. I don't think anybody's mincing their words in the line you're standing on. Remember, it's anecdotal. Yes, it is one polling booth in one particular part of the constituency with a handful of people that we speak to, but you get a dipstick test, you get a flavor there, you got a flavor there. We've pretty much understood what those people in that line are thinking as they go to vote. But what's the situation with Shakti in Patna? Shakti, very interesting battle. It's a multipolar contest in Bihar, very complex in alliances. Some would say that Bihar is one of the swing states that's going to decide the fate of the election. Maybe Bihar, maybe Maharashtra, maybe Bengal, maybe Andhra. So what's happening? What are people around you saying?
बिल्कुल, देखिए बिहार में खास करके जो 8 सीटों को लेकर जो पोलिंग अभी जारी है, इसमें सबसे खास सीट जो है काराकट है और पटना साहिब और पाटलिपुत्रा सीट है। अभी हम मौजूद हैं पटना साहिब में और यहाँ पर जो वोटर हैं वोट देकर निकले हैं, इनसे बात करते हैं। आप लोगों ने अपना वोट कर दिया, क्या कहेंगे, क्या मुद्दे थे इस बार के चुनाव में, आप क्या सोच के वोट कर रहे हैं?
ये भाई हमको सुनने में
क्या मुद्दा था आपका, क्या सोच के?
मेन तो प्रोग्रेस होना चाहिए इंडिया का, वो मेन मुद्दा था, उसके ऊपर ही वोट दिया गया है।
आप किस मुद्दों को लेकर वोट कर रहे हैं?
मेरे पास कोई मुद्दा नहीं है, जो अच्छा काम करते हैं उसी को हम वोट देते हैं। अब मोदी का अभी जो है बहुत काम अच्छा हो जा रहा है, इसलिए हम लोग जो है सब मोदी को सपोर्ट करते हैं, बस खुले हैं। और आगे भी हो, हम लोग का जो भी मांग रहे हैं वो सब जो है करे, बस इसी तरह से। मेरा बेटा पहले बार आया है तो हम उसको वोट देने के लिए लाए, वो भी बाहर से, कल कैलिफोर्निया से आया हुआ, सिर्फ वोट देने के लिए बुला ली।
देखिए हमारे साथ कुछ और लोग भी, उनसे भी बात करते हैं। काफ़ी गर्मी है, इसके बावजूद आप वोट देने के लिए आए हुए हैं, सुबह से क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, वोट तो हमारा जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार है, तो चाहे गर्मी रहे या ठंड रहे, जो हम काम करते हैं, जैसे खाते हैं पीते हैं, वैसे हमें वोट देने भी आना चाहिए। जो हमारी ड्यूटी है वो हमें नहीं भूलना चाहिए। मौसम के साथ तो हम कुछ खिलवाड़ नहीं कर सकते हैं, जो है वो तो है।
क्या आपने कई चुनाव में वोट किए होंगे, इस बार का जो चुनाव था क्या अलग था पिछले चुनाव से?
हमारे लिए तो है राष्ट्रीय मुद्दा, मजबूत राष्ट्र और स्थिर राष्ट्र जो कि संभव कैसे है आप जानते हैं।
मोदी जी की सरकार में राम राज्य जिसकी हम लोग कल्पना करते हैं, राम राज्य की इतने वर्षों से, वो हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि मोदी जी के सरकार में इस बार हो जाए। हर बार की तरह इस बार भी मोदी जी की सरकार। मैं स्पेशली गुजरात से आई हूँ वोट देने।
आप गुजरात से, बिहार की वोटर हैं आप, पटना की?
हाँ, लेकिन शादी के बाद मैं गुजरात, मेरा शिफ्टिंग हो गया था, तो स्पेशली मैं वोट देने के लिए मैंने इस तरीके से अरेंजमेंट किया टिकट्स का कि मैं वोटिंग के समय यहाँ रहूँ। तो स्पेशली इस गर्मी में भी मैं बच्ची के साथ लेडी होके अगर आ सकती हूँ वोटिंग देने, तो कोई भी आ सकता है। ये मेरे फादर 80 इयर्स के हैं, वो आ सकते हैं वोटिंग देने के लिए, तो मेरे हिसाब से हर आदमी आ सकता है।
गुजरात काफ़ी डेवलप राज्य है, बिहार थोड़ा पिछड़ा है, दोनों में आप वहाँ भी रहती हैं, क्या अंतर लग रहा है? क्या यहाँ बिहार में क्या कुछ छूट गया?
वहाँ लॉ एंड ऑर्डर बहुत अच्छा है, वहाँ का लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इतना अच्छा है। हम लोग वहाँ अपने घरों में ताला नहीं लगाते हैं, दिन भर हमारे घर खुले रहते हैं, और सिंगल लेडी भी वहाँ शांति से रहती है, सेफ्टी से रहती है। किसी भी तरह का कोई भी क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटीज़ नहीं है वहाँ। हम लोग रात के 10 बजे भी बेखौफ चले जाते हैं। मोदी जी की लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इतना अच्छा है, और वहाँ लोगों की सोच भी बहुत अच्छी है, लोगों की मेंटालिटी अच्छी है। और हम लोग आराम से 10 बजे रात में, 11 बजे रात में कोई भी इमरजेंसी होता है या घूमने का भी मन करता है, हम लोग आराम से चले जाते हैं, जो यहाँ संभव नहीं है। तो मैं उम्मीद करूँगी इस बार मोदी जी बिहार में भी वही चीज़ ले आए जो गुजरात में है, जो वो गुजरात में यहाँ बिहार में भी देखना चाहूँगी, क्योंकि मैं मूल रूप से बिहारी ही हूँ, मेरे जड़े यहाँ है। मैं कहीं भी चले जाऊँ, लेकिन मैं
Shakti, we'll try to get in as many voices from as many people as possible. I will try to come back to you, but let's try to make that effort with as many people from as many voices as possible. It's love chit-chatting with one individual with fascinating stories, but it's of course useful to speak to people. Let's hop across back to Akshit. Akshit, there I can still see people behind you. Let's try to get a few more voices before I open this up to our guests.
Yes. Well, yes, Rishabh, I'm at this model polling booth, and of course, a lot of people are queued up here to cast their ballot. We'll again try to talk to some more people out here. Sir, क्या कुछ दिमाग में रखेंगे वोट डालते वक्त?
अब ऐसा है कि अभी तो मोदी का ही सब जगह वो है, और हम भी चाहते रहेंगे।
नहीं, अगर विकास की बात करें काशी के, तो क्या कुछ आप दिमाग में रखेंगे? आप बताइए सर, क्या कुछ दिमाग में रखेंगे वोट डालते वक्त?
क्या रखना है, सबका विकास हो, सब, और क्या।
हाँ,
बस यही उम्मीद से सबको वोट दिया जा रहा है।
जी। सर आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे काशी के विकास के बारे में? 5 साल पहले और अब में कितना फर्क देखते हैं?
बहुत फर्क है, जनता एकदम परेशान है महंगाई से। और क्या बोला जाता है, बनारस में सिर्फ धर्म और जात की राजनीति हो रही है। इस बार हम लोग जनता एकदम त्रस्त है, इस बार बदलाव के मूड में है और निश्चित बदलाव होगा।
महंगाई और बेरोजगारी मुद्दा रहने वाला
बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा है, महंगाई और बेरोजगारी।
सर आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
परिवर्तन होना चाहिए।
परिवर्तन कुछ मतलब किस चीज़ में? आप काशी के विकास को किस तरह से देखते हैं?
काशी की विकास अपनी जगह पर है, परिवर्तन होना चाहिए।
सर आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? जब वोट डालने जाएंगे क्या कुछ मुद्दे रहेंगे दिमाग में?
मुद्दा सही है, अलग अलग सबका विकास हो ही रहा है, सब कुछ मोदी सरकार बनबे करेगा, उसमें कोई दूर राय नहीं है।
So, of course, Rishabh, there you heard, there are contrasting viewpoints.
Yeah, fascinating, absolutely fascinating. This is just a line, like I said, it's anecdotal, is one polling booth, but and very vocal people over there. When asked, you got pretty clear answers, both one way and the other. Let me try to make an opportunity. As you can see, visuals there from Patna. Shakti, if you can still hear us, love to speak to the people who are now, I'm assuming, either about to cast their votes or were just finished casting their votes.
बिल्कुल, आप लोगों ने वोट कर लिया है, क्या मुद्दे थे इस बार?
विकास का मुद्दा, दूसर कौन मुद्दा है भैया?
आपने वोट किया? बिल्कुल, देखिए लोग जो है यहाँ वोटिंग करके लोग खड़े हैं, आप लोगों ने वोट कर लिया है?
नहीं, हाँ।
क्या मुद्दे हैं इस बार, क्या सोच के आप आए थे?
मुद्दा कुछ नहीं है, बस मोदी जी को जिताना है, काम हो ही रहा है।
फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर?
हाँ
फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर।
हाँ फर्स्ट टाइम।
आपने वोट किया, क्या मुद्दे, क्या सोच के आए थे बूथ पे?
वोट तो करना ही हमारा अधिकार है, और अब किसको वोट देना ये भी थोड़ा सोचने वाली बात है।
गर्मी भी काफ़ी है बिहार में, कई लोगों की मौत भी हो गई थी 2-3 दिन पहले।
नहीं, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री तो कन्याकुमारी से हवा भेजे हैं ना इधर, अभी तो ठंड लग रही है। कुछ दिन पहले तब वोटिंग हो रही थी तब तो थोड़ी गर्मी थी, अभी तो ठंड है, हवाएं भी अच्छी चल रही हैं, काफ़ी अच्छा मानसून भी है, वोट देने वाले के लिए है। और मेरा ये सब लोगों से, जो हम अगर लाइव देख रहे हैं, तो मैं ये अपील कर रहा हूँ कि सब लोग आइए और बूथ पर जाकर अपनी वोटिंग करिए।
बिल्कुल, कुछ बुजुर्ग हैं, उनसे बात करते हैं। आप लोगों ने वोट किया, पिछले कई चुनाव में वोट किया, इस बार क्या अंतर है इस बार के चुनाव में?
क्या चीज़ का?
इस बार का चुनाव जो है कितना अंतर है?
अंतर किस मैटर में अंतर?
क्या जो चुनाव को लेकर क्या मुद्दे हैं, क्या सोच के?
मुद्दा कौन चीज? सीधा एक बात है, मोदी जी जिंदाबाद। 400 पार
लगता है 400 पार
एकदम हो जाएगा, कोई रोक नहीं सकता है। हम लोग तो मोदी जी को वोट दिए हैं, हम लोग थोड़े रविशंकर जी को वोट दिए हैं, मोदी जी।
आपने वोट किया?
हमने भी मोदी जी को ही दिया है, मतलब भाजपा को ही दिया है।
देखिए, आप करें या नहीं करें, लेकिन नाम पर तो उन्हीं का जा रहा है वोट,
मोदी जी के नाम पे।
हाँ, और बहुत लोग तो बोल रहे हैं कि जिनके लिए हम लोग करते हैं वो क्षेत्र में आते भी नहीं हैं, लेकिन क्या करना है, मोदी जी हैं तो सब लोग उनके नाम पर जा रहे हैं।
आपने वोट किया क्या?
हमने भी किया है, और भाजपा इस बार पार होगी। 400 पार नहीं भी हो तो क्लियर मेजोरिटी आएगा, एब्सोल्यूट मेजोरिटी आएगा, इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं।
आपने वोट कर दिया?
हाँ, वोट कर दिया। 400 पार होगा मोदी जी।
Okay, all right, Shakti, thank you. You've done what we wanted to do, which was just to get a flavor of what people are thinking on the ground as they're casting their votes. A lot of very vocal people. You heard them in Varanasi. Nobody is mincing any words, both one way and the other. But you're getting an understanding of how this is going. It is a dipstick, anecdotal understanding. Okay, that's all. And that's the only curiosity that we can serve, because no force other than the Election Commission of India can actually tabulate what every single person is feeling. We can just give you a anecdotal sampling. Okay, let's open this up to conversation. Joining us now on the broadcast, Jasmine Sandhavalia of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ikram Sandhu of the Congress, Yuvraj Pokhrana is with me in the studio, Alok Mehta is also joining us on the broadcast. Alok ji, let's look at Varanasi for a second. As a constituency, and as a constituent Lok Sabha MP from Varanasi, for the people there, would we think that Narendra Modi has been busy campaigning or developing and focusing on other matters and not been able to really leave an impact or footprint on his constituency?
Rishabh ji, I think I was following Kamalapati Tripaঠি's days, and that's why Kamlapati Tripathi was also from Varanasi as a very senior leader. He was also working president of the Congress Party. He was the chief minister. So, but I can tell you, Narendra Modi devoted so much time and attention to the Varanasi, either the clean Ganga or the development or for the bunkers. He tried to his best, I think, especially the corridor. You see, it was very difficult for any ruler. But even for the BJP, Rajnath Singh was also chief minister with all the guards, but it was not possible to clean such a corridor for Varanasi Kashi Vishwanath. These kind of work, I think the people, at that time people were complaining that because we have to shift from there were small temples were also there, but because to shift those murti and all people from there, these kind of development, I think people will not follow. And that's why Ajay Rai was also from BJP, from Samajwadi, now he's in the Congress. So, but he's a local person, but controversial also, because I met him when he was MLA and other leader. So I feel that nobody can counter. When I was hoping that Priyanka Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi will go and just say, okay, challenge to Narendra Modi, then it could have been a more interesting constituency. But because Rahul Gandhi insisted that Ajay Rai should fight, because he can't fight with the Varanasi constituency. So these kind of attitude, and Samajwadi Party, even Akhilesh Yadav was opposing. Ajay Rai was in Samajwadi Party also, but he was saying, no, Ajay Rai is very, it was not very competitive for counter Narendra Modi ji.
Okay. So let's see how that plays out. Let me get Jasmine Sandavalia, ma'am. Same question to you, because the nature of the job means you have a lot of headaches. But in the end, at this moment, everyone is simply in a parliamentary system, a Lok Sabha candidate. You can only then hope for things after you win your Lok Sabha candidature. As a Lok Sabha constituent member of parliament, what do you think that Narendra Modi has managed to deliver for the people of Kashi?
Very rightly said by you that he's an MP from Varanasi and he's contesting as an MP of the BJP. And we also have to understand about the nature of the man. He is a very proactive politician. Not only is he a proactive prime minister, but he thinks out of the box. Like the prior spokesperson has said, that he took the initiative to clean the corridor. Now, these are very major and colossal decisions which are not made by ordinary people. There is something extraordinary, and there is something thinking out of the box, and the gumption to take a decision and say, no, let me do this. There will be people who will get antagonized at, when the corridor got cleaned, and whether it was the railway station, whether it was the Ganga being cleaned. So he did take some very major decisions which will have great ramifications for the benefit of the people of the constituency in the next decade. And I'm sure that the people of the constituency are going to vote for him, and this will be a thumping majority for him.
Okay, let me put that question. Ikram Sandhu, it is a relevant point of conversation, because oftentimes members of parliament, when they go to high ranks, they become ministers, become prime ministers, it is reasonable to ask what they've done for their constituency. Now, in Varanasi, you've seen the highway that's been built. People here have mentioned the Kashi Vishwanath corridor. The Varanasi tourism has doubled. 10 crore people visit Varanasi now. There has been a 60% increment in people attending in just the past 3 years. Would you credit Narendra Modi as a parliamentarian? He's done an okay job.
Good morning to all. Well, there always will be progress, from the base that you start in 10 years, things will always move forward. Show me a 10 years period when things have not moved forward. If you take the preceding 10 years, tourism increased, the cleanliness of the Ganga, which was started in 1984 by Rajiv Gandhi ji, all those things have happened, and they are a progression. So we cannot just put a mark on it that now it has happened and earlier nothing was happening. So every MP, every leader will do that for his constituency. And in the next 10 years, whoever is the MP of Varanasi, more progress will happen. More things will be done for the Ganga, more things will be done for the Ghats, more infrastructure will come, more road network will come. That doesn't mean that Mr. Modi did not do anything in his 10 years. It's like a relay race. Somebody takes it to a certain point, and then the other person takes it forward. So let us be more nuanced about it, that yes, he is the Prime Minister of the country. As the Prime Minister of the country, you have unfettered power and resources, and he has spent that on the constituencies. There are certain good things that have happened in the constituency. There are certain things which have not happened in the constituency.
Okay.
There was just a news article a few weeks back about the Banarsi sari industry, how they are going through distress. That has not been solved.
Okay, I think that's a reasonable answer. That look, things have changed, and of course, he's the PM. He's managed to do some things for the constituency, and that's reasonable. Okay, that's reasonable. Okay, now the question, as of course, you're watching visuals of Sukhbir Singh Badal casting his vote in Punjab. I'm going to come and just discuss Punjab with Jasmine ji and Ikram ji because that's where they hail from very, very shortly. Let me quickly get Mr. Pokhana into this conversation. Mr. Pokhana, on the specific issue of candidate Narendra Modi from Varanasi, as a Lok Sabha candidate where he is not particularly involved in local government but has the advantage of having a BJP government in the state, has the face of Varanasi changed, improved?
Rishabh, first of all, it's not about Narendra Modi being absent from Kashi. To the best that I know, he has been visiting Kashi for more than 45 times in the past decade or so. And second, in absence, even in his absence, he has created and ensconced a local team there. I am being told that the BJP Gujarat President C.R. Patil has been put in charge of the Kashi as a guardian of the Kashi. And with regards to development, the issues in the past 75 years were very basic. And I would love to borrow a filmy line, Roti, Kapla aur Makan. So I am being told that from Kisan Credit, Kisan Samman Nidhi, Kisan Yojana, Kusum Yojana, he has benefited a lot of farmers there. There are more than 45,000 people there, families in fact there, who have the houses under PM Awas Yojana. There are more than around 10 lakh people who are proudly flaunting this Ayushman card. So we all know that Roti Kapla of Makan, PM has worked on the beneficiaries, the Labhartis, and last 10 seconds, the cornerstone of Modi government are transportation and infrastructure development, from railway station to Vande Bharat to airports to inline water railways to cruises to the development of the Ghat Kashi corridor. So development is quite palpable there. I don't see any debate in this.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, not too long ago when I was starting my career, okay, if you wanted to build a highway in this country, you wanted to build an industrial park. I mean, think of where Mamata Banerjee literally began her serious political career, okay, was by uprooting the Tatas from Bengal. Unfortunately, they have not come back, and now as Chief Minister, she is trying to bring back industry. So, land was the biggest issue. It was considered unsolvable. You are looking at the most ancient city with a continuous population in the world. Okay, and you're going there into the alleyways. I mean, if you're from Delhi, think about Chandni Chowk. Okay, you're going into the alleyways where all you can see overhead are electric wires. All you can see underfoot are nallies. And you need to clean that place, but every square foot has somebody living in it or somebody running a shop. And you're trying to do it, really difficult to do. So the question is, it's very easy to build a highway where there is no problem. It's much more difficult to do things where there is a problem. So has that happened? Okay, we'll come back to that conversation, pick up that thought. Of course, as you're watching, as I mentioned, Sukhbir Singh Badal casting his vote along with his entire family. Let me hop across and get Jasmine ji into this conversation. Jasmine ji, Punjab is a problem. It's not where the BJP is expecting to do a sweep. Nobody from the BJP is even suggesting that you're going to do a sweep in Punjab. Why? Why is it here is a state in North India that the BJP is still struggling in?
You see, we are not struggling. If you look at the history of BJP in Punjab, we made an alliance with Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji made an alliance with Prakash Singh Badal way back in the mid-90s, and it was a very deliberate decision by the BJP senior leadership and by Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, because he was a statesman, not just a politician, and keeping the militancy period of Punjab in mind. The idea was to create a cohesive society in Punjab where the Sikhs and the Hindus could live harmoniously and peacefully. So BJP took backstep and was always the smaller partner in the alliance. We were just contesting in 23 constituencies out of 117 constituencies in the assembly. And for a very long time, we let the Akali Dal play the dominant role. They always
Okay,
had
the Akali Dal's performance is, as you know, ma'am, it's not on an uptrend. It might change in a few hours from now.
It isn't because of their own mistakes. Because
But ma'am, it's a fundamental question. When people actually got upset with the Congress party, okay, and decided that at the state level they didn't want the Congress, they didn't want Channi, they didn't want Navjot Singh Sindhu hanging around, okay. They chose the Aam Aadmi Party, not the Akalis, not you. They chose the Aam Aadmi Party. Why?
I totally agree with you. It was a vote of resentment of a Punjabi because he had been let down by Akali Dal and Congress, which had ruled Punjab for a very long time. And the Punjabis voted for AAP, not because of AAP. It was a vote against the Congress and the blatant corruption of Congress and Akali Dal. And that is the reason that AAP came up with a thumping majority. And unfortunately, the AAP has not been able to do anything concrete and substantial for Punjab.
Okay.
And the results will reflect.
Okay, so now we have, unfortunately, Ikram is going to have to face the awkward questions as well. Because the awkward question is this, that Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi have just voted for the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. They've been very public about the fact that they voted for the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. So it's not a secret. So now, Vikram Sindhu, is the performance of the Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab exemplary? Are they doing a good job?
No, they are not. They are not. And we are very open about it and we're very clear about it. And in this election, we have an India alliance. But in this India alliance, there are two states which are an exception. One is Punjab and the other is Kerala. In Kerala, we and the LDF always fight against each other because we are number one and number two. But after the election, whatever be the result, we are always together to keep the BJP at bay. Similar is the case in Punjab. We and AAP are the number one and number two party. And you are an old student of political science, you'll understand. The moment the number one and number two party come together, you cede space of the main opposition to the third or the fourth person because nothing can ever exist in a vacuum. So it was a very thought of decision. We have our differences with the AAP unit in Punjab. We have very strong candidates. They have their candidates, and we will be fighting them tooth and nail for these 13 seats. And whatever is the result after these 13 seats, it will have two bearings. One, as many MPs that we get, they are MPs of the India Alliance, and they'll be standing against BJP. Second, this will be a precursor for the 2027 assembly election. If we can put a one up on AAP, then we are back to power in 2027.
But Ikram, it is difficult. Okay, now it is not just in Kerala and Punjab, it's also in Bengal, okay, because Mamata Banerjee went all the way to Baroda in Gujarat to find a Yusuf Pathan, to bring him to Bengal, to take on Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. And let's face it, every single member of parliament of the Congress party currently who is held on to his seat is valuable. Shashi Tharoor is valuable. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is valuable. Manish Tiwari is valuable. And she's going out of her way to destroy the Congress, reduce it to zero in Bengal. But then tomorrow morning you might be sitting on the same table. How does that make any sense?
Rishabh, everybody is a political animal. Now, as far as Bengal is concerned, yes, that is the third state I would add to Kerala and Punjab. But there we are neither the number one nor the number two player. We have to agree to that. We are a number three as far as Bengal is concerned. We wanted an alliance with TMC there. We wanted a respectable number of seats. TMC was not very open about it. So we are fighting separately. But yes, as many number of MPs that we get and TMC gets on the high table when we sit, they are against the BJP.
Okay, I really appreciate your very candid honesty, that this is what it is. And this is what politics is. I really appreciate the honesty rather than, we're just having a rant which nobody buys. I appreciate it. This is what it is. There are inconsistencies. The BJP has inconsistencies as well. I don't know what is going on with Nitish Kumar. Nobody does. I don't think even Nitish Kumar knows what's going on with him. Chandrababu Naidu left in hostility 5 years ago. He's back today. Everybody talks about the PDP alliance as well. So yeah, inconsistencies do exist in politics. But Alok ji, then let me ask you the straightforward question. in a bordered state where you would think issues like national security, stable government, okay, in a state where there's a Punjabi community, that Punjabi community in Delhi seems to give thumping victories to the Bharatiya Janata Party. But in Punjab, the BJP just doesn't make a dent, and even Amrinder Singh, who is now part of the BJP, I mean, he's the royal family of Patiala, for God's sake, he's dominated politics there. Even since he's joined the BJP, he's not been able to turn the tide. What's the issue?
I think the problem is in Punjab. The Congress earlier, when fighting with the Akalis in the Jail Singh period, and then that's why the Bhindranwale emerged with the support of the Congress party and even suggested by Jail Singh. So ultimately what happened? Congress party suffered, and here same, the BJP supported Akali Dal from the very beginning, Prakash Singh Badal, when they were also, and for the national interest, what you were talking about, because of the border state. And they thought that we can work together with the Akali. But remember how much corruption charges against the Sukhbir Badal and all the Akali leaders. That's why the credibility of the Akalis also lost what the Prakash Singh Badal used to have. And I think, and again, this point, what we were talking about the Aam Aadmi Party or the Mamata Banerjee, same thing. I hope, I can understand, maybe afterwards, the Akali will also support this NDA, and the same thing with the BJD Odisha. These kind of combination will also there. Because Akali, after this Aam Aadmi Party experience, people will go for BJP like Amrinder Singh, his wife, or a few other leaders from Delhi. They shifted one leader, prominent leader from there, Hansraj Hans. So these kind of people will also, at least for the BJP, strategically, they are working for long term. I can understand they are not in a number one position in Punjab.
Okay.
But at least with Haryana and Chandigarh and all, it will impact for
okay.
BJP.
So it could change, but in the larger gamut of things, if you look at the north of India, okay, going all the way into the northeast, and you think of the states where the BJP struggles in, it's going to be now in just the Kashmir Valley, okay? It's going to be Punjab, all right? The BJP is not struggling in Bengal. They're number 2 party in Bengal, by the way, now, okay? It's a fight on, but they are not struggling in Bengal, okay? And these are the 2 states that come to mind where the BJP is struggling, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Punjab, divided in partition, led to the formation of Patiala and the East Punjab States Union is called PEPSU, then subsequently divided again in independent India. Remember, the states of Haryana, Himachal were carved out of PEPSU. And Punjab, both in its demographics, which is the size of the population, in its geographical size, has been reduced. And we have the anomalies that industrial policy has long stated that border states can't have certain kinds of industries. So lots of genuine issues there, and it's very interesting trying to figure out what is going on, what is the logic, what's the issue that is taking place. The BJP is unable to make a dent there, and in fact, some would say, Yuvraj Pokhana, that the Congress has a fair chance. I mean, the Congress is hoping right now that this corruption allegation against Arvind Kejriwal has left some sort of confusion, some sort of taint, and they'll benefit from it actually.
Well, Rishabh, if you ask me, in the past decade, the Indian electorate has matured to a great extent. Even if I wed the last election, that is 2019, out of the 13 seats, Lok Sabha seats that Punjab enjoys, 8 were clearly backed by Congress. And yes, the Punjab electorate did choose Aam Aadmi Party because they were very much disillusioned with the corruption and the narcotics, the business that was peddled by the BJP's senior ally in Punjab, if I may say so, Shiromani Akali Dal. So they were looking for some alternative along with the promises of freebies and the likes of assurances. But right now, with the corruption allegations that the Aam Aadmi Party is dented with, I think Punjab is in Congress's kitty, and it is very safe to say so.
So Yuvraj, what is the irony that the BJP at the center gets blamed for fixing Arvind Kejriwal and the Congress is protesting against it? But somewhere their Punjab cadre are actually going, this is a good thing, yaar, if there's a little bit of taint, this benefits us. It's an ultimate political irony.
Rishabh, this is the irony of 2020's election. I have a data right now in my hands at my disposal. There are more than 100 seats over which the India alliances are fighting amongst themselves. So there is a word in the language which is called frenemies. So आप लोग दिल्ली में तो दोस्ती कर लेंगे सेंटर पे, but when it comes about the local cadre, I am being told wherever Aam Aadmi Party candidate is fighting, Congress local cadre is protesting, and where Congress is fighting, Aam Aadmi Party cadre, Aam Aadmi fighting, Congress cadre. So there is an interconnected feud in between.
No, but that happens. That happens in all political. It happens internally in political parties. The BJP is in a much stronger position, so their public unity is far better. The Congress is in a weaker position, so you see the factionalism out in the open and people leaving in droves.
If I may have 10 seconds.
In fact, you were just watching Jaiveer Shargil, who was a Congress spokesperson not too long ago, and then I met him in a panel and then had to realize that he is now in the Bharatiya Janata Party and representing them. Finish your thought, then I want to go to Ikramji. Yes.
Just 10 seconds. The frenemy contest that I was talking about is about the allies. But to the best of my knowledge, there is only one ally of BJP from which BJP is gaining, that is in Andhra Pradesh. Rest all allies are just merry-making process. None of the allies of BJP is in a process or in a way to help BJP.
Okay. So Naidu might,
yes.
Okay, Nitish and others might not, okay, Anupriya and others might not, okay. So that's the assessment over here. But let me again ask the awkward question to Ikramji. Ikramji, now for people watching the broadcast, the allegations, true or not, against Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party do not emanate from Punjab. They emanate from policies and actions taking place in Delhi. But having observed the policies and actions taking place in Delhi, is the government of Punjab running a clean shop? Is Bhagwant Mann running a clean shop, corruption-free environment?
No, not at all, Rishabhji. Right now, I don't want to make a political speech on this panel, but there are a lot of allegations against Mr. Bhagwant Mann. There's a lot of allegations of moral turpitude against his ministers. Just a few days back, a very lewd video of one of his ministers was released. So there's a lot of dirt under the carpet as far as AAP is concerned. And we, as the principal opposition, it's not only our duty, it's our sacred duty to not only bring up this issue, but also see to it that they go to their logical conclusion. So yes, as far as Punjab is concerned, there are a lot of allegation of corruption as well as of moral turpitude against AAP, and we as the principal opposition party are duty bound to bring them.
Okay. Jasmine ji, the entry of Captain, it did not change the flavor of the assembly elections. National election a little bit more different because a certain percentage of people just vote for Narendra Modi. Let's just accept it. That's what happens, okay? But does Captain Amrinder Singh still hold heavyweight enough ground to actually start turning seats as a state leader for the Bharatiya Janata Party?
You see, Captain Amarinder Singh is a very senior leader, not just in Punjab, but he does have a stature pan-India. And winning elections and losing elections when you're a long-term politician is a very natural thing. Amarinder Singh enjoys a great hold in the Jat Sikh community, which is predominant and which is very important for the BJP. And he has taken some decisions pro-Punjab, which no other chief minister could have taken. So we are very sure that he is a great pillar of strength for the BJP and he will be a huge asset to the party. And he has lately he's had some health issues and he's okay now. And we are very, very certain that across Punjab in 2020, the assembly elections are due in 2027, he will play a very pivotal role and a very significant role to contribute to BJP's success.
Okay. Ikram Sandhu, what was then, to your best understanding, the biggest issue that emanated out of Punjab that really mattered in national politics and was brought to Delhi was the issue of the farmers? What's been settled and what remains unsettled, and why particularly the farmers of Punjab?
Well, it's not just the farmers of Punjab. Yes, the farmers of Punjab, Haryana and Western UP were pivotal in spearheading this movement because of the geographic access that we have to Delhi. But then farmers all over the country agitated, and farmers over the country appreciated what the farmers of Punjab, Haryana, and Western UP were doing. And that is a black mark against Mr. Modi, which the farming class in Punjab does not forget and will not forget. And that is one of the major reasons why BJP does not have any traction in Punjab. And in Punjab, it's a very clear-cut case of not being cut on Sikh and Hindu lines. We went through terrorism, but still the tenacity of Punjab was such that you could not draw fault lines between Hindus and Sikhs. Similarly, in this farmer agitation, though they termed the farmers as Khalistanis, the Hindu farmers of Punjab and the Artis of Punjab, who were predominantly Hindu, stood with their farmer brothers, because it was more of a trade thing rather than a religious thing here. So therefore, what you see in Punjab is that when Mr. Modi comes to Punjab, he really does not throw up that spiel of Hindu-Muslim in Punjab. He does not talk about this communal issue. He does not do that negative campaigning, because he knows that this will not work in Punjab at all. He tries it at other places, but in Punjab, he does not even try to do that. And that is the great strength of Punjab, that having passed through the turmoil of the 70s and 80s, we still are one of the most secular states in the country, and I'm proud of that.
Okay.
And therefore, BJP does not get any traction.
Okay. So, Alok ji,
the communal card doesn't.
Yeah, let me try to then understand this. I mean, just a few months ago, literally now, okay, Narendra Modi, the person under whose tenure the Ram Mandir was built, under whose tenure Article 370 was abrogated, overturned a historic farm sector reform because of concerns in Punjab, electoral and otherwise. Now, what is the issue that Punjabis have? Is it a substantive, or the Punjabi farmers who are agitating have? Is it a substantive issue regarding the farmers' reforms and MSP, or is it a political issue? Some of them just have a problem with Narendra Modi or are afraid of him for some reason.
Rishabh, certainly there are farmers that are suffering. Small farmers are not so agitated. And Vikramji very rightly said, Artiya, the agitation was by Artiyas, because if they wanted more benefit by this, this agitation by Artiyas, sometimes people are sitting in Canada or out of India, they were supporting this agitation. So this was the Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal went there in the border at the time the agitation when it was on peak. So these kind of forces were there, certainly. But even then, farmers all over the world. You see, the agitation was in France also, and in United States also. Sometimes people suffer because of this. So these kind of farmers agitation, I can understand. The rich farmers, they want more money. The small farmers, that's why in Madhya Pradesh, you see the wheat production more than Punjab now. In Gujarat or in Maharashtra, the big farmers are sometimes in the onion because of the policies and the state government or local government problems also there in the mandis. Otherwise, the farmers' agitation, the farmer scheme was better, because if somebody is taking from your farm, now the infrastructure is there, okay, we withdrew the new laws, but certainly still people are buying the Tatas and Ambanis and a number of companies. They are going in the farms and they are having contracts and they are getting, because the farmers are ready, you can't stop in the free country.
Okay.
So this agitation was the political, just to malign the Narendra Modi and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Okay, but the question is why? What is there to fear? What is the issue? What is the concern? As you're watching Nitish Kumar casting his vote this morning in Patna, the question is, what is to fear? What is the concern? What is the issue? Why don't you come in, Mr. Yuvrajji, on this? What is then the issue? If it is not a substantive issue regarding policy, why is there a community of people who are so deeply upset enough to come out in their numbers and try to blockade the national capital?
So, Rishabhji, let me be very frank, candid, and let me get down to brass tacks. If you are asking about the Punjab issue, so demographically speaking, a lot of population of Punjab has been converted, and what the Kerala High Court itself said in one of its landmark judgment, the term crypto Christians. So, a lot of conversions are taking place, and so much so that I remember that the Channi-led government has declared a district or two, carved a district or two, especially for Christians. So, that is one. Second, the Aratyas that Honorable Alok sir just told about, the Thekedars, Aratyas, whose progenies, whose children are sitting in Canada, they want their hold not to get loosened when Narendra Modi comes in. And yes, when it is about MSPs, Anil Ghelawat, a member of the Supreme Court led committee formed, he said, if the center is to extend MSP guarantee to 23 crops, it will lead to bankruptcy. So it was not about the farm laws, because if it was about the farm laws, tell me one thing, was not it the Congress who in its 2019 manifesto declared the same to bring in if it comes to power? It is not about farm laws, it is not about any reforms, it is not about farm laws.
So what's it about? What is it about?
It is just, see, it is just about Modi and the fissures that have been created in Punjab, that you are Sikhs, you are Khalistanis and these are Hindus and you are not one. And it is about the Khalistani agenda.
Okay, but there is a problem, Jasmine ji, it's a problem. I have these conversations all the time. I am Punjabi, okay, and like any good Punjabi, I have family in London, I have family in Toronto and Mississauga and living in New York and all places, and this is close family, okay. So there is a problem abroad which I know does not exist in India, okay. We don't have an issue. We travel to Punjab frequently. It's there. Social media is there. There is no Khalistan issue in India. There might be a few loonies, but the issue doesn't exist on the ground, okay. There is no law and order, security fear. You might have one person sitting in jail trying to become a Lok Sabha MP now, but we know that's not going to happen. So what is then the issue? What's the issue that the people still have with the Bharatiya Janata Party, that no matter your best efforts repealing farm laws, you still haven't been able to convince them otherwise?
You see, this is a very political issue actually. The communists in Malwa, farmers were the most vocal, which agitated, and everybody knows that the communist leaders played a very pivotal role in this farmers' agitation. Then the Congress itself played a huge role in that time and instigated the farmers to march to Delhi. I totally agree. I come from an agriculture family. I come from Punjab. I'm from Kapurthala. I farm myself. Agriculture is in duress in Punjab. We totally agree. We need help. And without the center's help, Punjab cannot be bailed out. But Punjab, unfortunately, has been suffering for the last 40 years. There can be no one solution to Punjab's problems. It is a multi-tiered issue which has happened, the militancy, the drugs. So we need to have a holistic, you see, why did we go into debt? Now, an average Punjabi basically is at this moment resenting. Like you said, you have family all over the world. Now the exposure, the world exposure, an average Punjabi is not somebody you take too lightly. He's not sitting in some rural village and he doesn't know what is happening in the world outside. He's kind of thinking and mustering up this thought in his mind that during the militancy, the state went into a huge debt because it had to fund the CRPF and the central forces. The center should have come to my relief and given me some duress, because after all, we are a border state and we have to look at Punjab in a different perspective.
But then what is then what has the center done? Okay, because when we think of Punjab, we can only think of people trying to get a visa to go to Vilayat. Okay, we are not thinking of Punjab as the next Bengaluru IT hub. We are not thinking Punjab of the next tourism hub. Despite of Amritsar being there, and so many great cities being there, why is Punjab using UP developing in Noida? All the tech industries are coming. Punjabis are coming from Punjab to set up these industries in Agra, in Uttar Pradesh, but they're not getting the opportunities in Punjab. What was the center doing to help?
It is total collapse of administration. The farming sector is in duress. Economically, we are in doldrums. Punjab is nearly bankrupt. We are in dire straits. We are in and every political party has, I'm not going to just finger the Congress or anybody. Everybody, unfortunately, has contributed to the demise of a great
it's messed up.
Of people who have fought the wars, people who brought the Green Revolution. And as a Punjabi and as an Indian, I sometimes feel very sad.
I've already mentioned partition happened, ladies and gentlemen. The British
My family
punished.
migrated from
There were
Lahore
two
and we
people,
suffered the partition.
two sets of people that really fought the British, whom the British punished: the Bengalis and the Punjabis. They divided the Punjabis. Then after independence, due to various reasons, Punjab was bifurcated not once but twice. And let's face it, because of industrial policy, agricultural policy, land policy, there are rich people in Punjab. Let me not kid ourselves. Okay, some of my friends who are farmers, they drive a Mercedes, and then they talk of MSP. So I won't want to say that it's all gloom and doom. There is industrial growth in Punjab, but if when you think about it, you think of the Punjabi. The first thing that comes to mind, that is the Punjabi from Canada who's a rapper who's the most famous. Not necessarily the big industrialist who's come from Punjab who set up the next unicorn. And that's a problem. Ikram, let's discuss the substantive matter, because then I have Jairam Ramesh standing by. We'll listen to him also. What is then the issue that has happened across governments across the years, and what do we do to fix it?
Well, the issue is that agriculture, because of the land holdings going down and the land pricing going up, it has become non-remunerative. And that is the reason that MSP is a necessity. We have to give our farmers MSP, plus we have to look at employment opportunities for them so that a substantial amount over a period of 10, 20, 30 years move out of agriculture. In Punjab today also 53% of the population is dependent upon agriculture, which is above the 42% which is nationally. So that has to be brought down. And the land holdings, as we are talking about rich farmers, that's a red herring. I am a farmer and I come in the category of rich farmers because I have more than 10 acres. But more than 10 acres are just less than 1% of the total farmers. 86% of the farmers in Punjab have land holding which is less than 2 acres. So, in 2 acres, if you expect that you can take care of a family of 5 or 6, whatever you have, it's a pipe dream.
No, so but you're right in saying that subsistence agriculture is not the future of the world. That's not going to happen. So primarily, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll cut through all the conversation.
Just give me 10 seconds.
Please.
We cannot do it in one go, because then it will be a cut job and it will be a slaughter job. We have to do it over a period of time. So any government in the center has to work on one thing: give MSP so that there is sustenance for the farmers, and over the next decade and 2 decades, come up with opportunities of employment in non-agricultural sector so that a substantial part of this farming communities moves out of agriculture.
Okay.
That is the only way that the stress can be taken.
I just want you to think that when people are coming to this country, okay, and they are Indians who come from India but now they're running Google, okay, or they're running Microsoft, all right, where do they go? They're going to Bombay. They're coming to Delhi. They're thinking of Bengaluru. Why are they not thinking of Punjab? And ladies and gentlemen, as I hop across, the core issue, the fundamental issue is industrialization. If that does not happen, Punjab is in trouble. Look at Gujarat. Look at how UP is transforming. Okay, you're seeing a transformation happen. You're seeing a transformation happen in Hyderabad. You've seen it happen in Bengaluru. You're seeing it happening in Tamil Nadu, where space ports and space startups are going on. Unless we sort out industrial policy in Punjab, it's not the farming policy, industrial policy, but of course the farming policy, of course, has to be the intervening fiefdom. But if there's anybody still sitting here who thinks that the future of the country is subsistence agriculture, there's a problem.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.